from previous drops.
Right. I got the Hubble. I pretty sure I don't have it. I was like, I thought I had like all the space.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Dapper Degens. My name is Josh Albrecht.
I'm Martin Shreen.
I'm Ross Kirlock.
I'm Will.
Yeah, and I'm Dan.
Oh, of course.
Dan.
Thought we
Of course,
lost
and
you
that's
for a second, Dan.
Oh boy, do we have a doozy for you tonight, folks. Wow, what a podcast. Okay, now that we set the expectations nice and high, let's go ahead and shoot them down. All right. So let's start how we always do with our New Year's resolutions. Martin, let's start with you. Yours, of course, to travel more. You travel anywhere last weekend?
Not this past weekend, but I am going to Philadelphia this coming weekend.
What? That's
Yeah.
weird.
I'll be there
Ross,
Sunday,
you're supposed to
Sunday,
lose
Sunday.
weight. You losing weight?
Yeah, I'm drinking these new White Claws. They have.
Are those like
They only
are
have
those
100
diet White
calories in
Claws?
them.
Wow. Those
they're
are the
good.
new ones.
Yeah. White Claw.
White Claw? They're
Oh,
Hey,
they're
Anything else? Are we trying to start a new hashtag of like White Claw sponsor Ross?
This is so
Only
good.
Ross.
Have you guys
Just
tried
Ross.
one of
No,
these
no.
White
Just
Claws?
Ross.
High noon, you can sponsor the rest of us.
Oh,
please.
High Noon, definitely.
No, not the High Noons. Only the brand new White Claw.
yes.
Yeah, but please only sponsor him with the White Claw Zeros.
In 3 new flavors.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is one of those flavors TV static?
Ooh. Sounds
Uh,
interesting. Give
Yeah,
that
I don't know.
give
Working
that a
on it.
try. All right, very good. Will, yours was to meet new people. You met a bunch of new people 2 weeks ago. You meet anyone new this week?
No, but I may meet some new faces in Philadelphia this weekend.
Oh, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
I know.
Oh. And Dan, yours, of course, is to be alive, and you are still killing it, my friend. Favorite resolution? Keeping it going. Huge fan.
Yeah.
Mine was to spend less money on roosevelts.com. Let's see how I did. So first, we're going to start with the Thursday drop, which was the Mickey Summerific Spectacular.
Surreal Summer.
That's what I said. I got that. No, I didn't get them. I got hats. Wait, are we sure that was it? I thought I already said I got hats. I thought we already did this one.
That might have been Tuesday.
Was that
Was that
Tuesday?
Wait, what was Thursday's drop?
Was it Jaws?
Oh, Thursday was Jaws.
Jaws. Okay.
I didn't get nothing from
Oh.
Jaws.
Nothing.
We're safe. Dan has a 1.
I was yeah.
But I mean,
Was that
does it
Adam
count if I
Sandler
bought
figures?
it today?
I hope they have it.
It might, Rabbit. It might.
Let's see. What did I get in the Jaws? So
You got the stickers.
yeah, I got the stickers. I got the Amityville one. I got the blue one. I got the anchor one.
Oh, so the whole drop.
You bought everything.
I got all of them except the Roper and like the comics, whatever, like the
What, the posters?
Movie
yeah, the
posters.
posters one. And I got the Shark Sickle,
Oh, the
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
which is pretty
See,
cool.
See, I'm surprised you didn't go for the Roper because, when you're cosplaying as you would, like you were in Jaws, it's the perfect shirt for you.
We are going to Martha's Vineyard in September.
And you didn't buy the Roper.
I'm gonna wear the Amityville shirt. Look like a real tourist.
Hmm.
I'm confused at why, if you bought the shirts just for that reason, why you needed the whole,
All of them.
all of them.
I'm a Jaws fan, so
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean, I like, and also too, like, give me more Universal. I need more Universal property
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
Why?
because of anything Universal, Epic Universe.
Oh, Epic
it to me.
Oh, that's-
Universe.
Oh, yeah, that.
Oh,
Universal.
sorry,
You know,
this
I
was the first
forgot
time
that
I've heard
was
you
the
talk
one
about that. Yeah.
thing.
All right. So, Dan, you got one shirt. Which one did you get of the
I-
4? Please say
the
the
sh-
Roper.
The
be
Shark
great.
Sickle T-shirt.
So just a T.
Oh, a t-shirt.
Just a T for you. Will, anything from Jaws?
There may or may not be something sitting in a cart waiting,
But not yet.
but not yet.
But not yet. I got nothing. Martin, you got nothing?
Got nothing.
All right, moving on. Was there something Saturday? Did I just miss Saturday? You
Jurassic
guys-
Parks.
Unannounced Jurassic Park drop.
Oh yeah, I got those shorts, baby.
There was new polos and everything.
I just got the tux.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
You got a tux?
the Clever Girl shorts.
The Clever
came
Girl
out,
shirt,
or
short
restocked or whatever.
restock.
Nice.
Yeah. Are you trying to like go into a forest and blend in, or like what's the deal there?
He's trying to go to Universal.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh, he's gonna blend in with the bush so that he
yeah,
can
Orlando
stay, like,
former.
overnight.
Yeah.
Ross is always trying to blend in with the bush. That's always his goal. Do it. He's got it. Look at that. Look at he's got him right there. He's showing him off right there. I didn't to be honest with you, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that it happened. I didn't buy anything from it. I mean, I would have been safe anyway, but very interesting. Okay. Well, that took us to today, which the John and HQ made their announcement that they were going to be celebrating the life of Stephen Gebhardt, who tragically passed away a year ago this week, technically tomorrow on the 14th. But and they started that with the Legends collection is what they called it. And that came out today. And they had a lot of restocks, but they were a little bit different. No? Did anyone see any differences
The
in some of the
patches.
restocks?
The tag.
So
For a
just
lot
the
of them.
tag. Anything else?
That's all I saw, and the one colorway of
Search party.
Search Party. That was it.
Very, very interested to see one when they actually get delivered, and you can do a side by side if they are exactly the same. The bomb pops, if it's exactly the same as the OG bomb pops, which we see Martin wearing there. But they had that. They had the Hubble, which is just the stars.
They had the women's cut. Up
Women's
Yeah.
kind of a lot of things.
Yeah.
which was
Good
nice.
for them.
So, what did everyone buy today? Because I don't think did anyone go nothing.
So far, yeah.
Wow, two of us.
Well,
Dude.
I have Bomb Pop. I have Hubble.
Yeah.
I have the hoodie.
Yes.
Yeah.
But do you
The
have
t-shirt.
one?
The t-shirts look nice.
Do you have one for your neighbor and your family
No, that's your
And the-
responsibility, Josh.
postman?
That's all you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did today. So I bought the shirt for Jordy. I got an extra small for Jordy, and I got a
Women's
A
cut for
women's.
Julie.
women's bomb pop.
What about Jack? What's Jack gonna do?
No, Jack's just on his own. No.
Did Julie
come-
have a bomb pop already or no?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes. So that was a big deal.
How is Jack on his own? You're not gonna get, like
Hey,
a
you're not gonna
onesie made
romper
or
him?
something? Come on.
Listen.
I
He's
expect better out of you, Josh.
he
He's a
is
He's a grown man.
he literally it's like buying little kid shoes. Okay? It's like you
Okay.
have
Just
these
don't
for-
do it.
By the time that the shirt arrives after being tailored to be a onesie, it will not fit him.
It sounds like you're making excuses there, buddy.
No, I'm being logical. When is he going to wear
Whoa,
it?
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
wouldn't even be able to get a photo.
Josh Albrecht being logical.
Fair point. Fair point, Will. Sustained. I'm just saying that, look, I'm all about spending money I don't have on stupid things. Okay, that is the Josh Albrecht way. But I gotta at least be able to enjoy it for like a week. The
Okay.
kid's just growing
All
too
right.
fast. I can't keep up. And so, I guess I could buy an extra small for him and then just have him.
There you go.
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna get, like a 3X, a 4X. You're gonna get some extra fabric, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna convince Christy and her family to come to the second Milwaukee meetup.
Oh, when is that?
And that is starting July 26th, June 26th. June
Oh, June 26th.
Yeah, don't come in
Okay.
July.
Yeah.
No one will be there.
Right.
Well, Josh
No
will
one-
be there.
No one lives here. Yeah, it's just- everyone just comes here for the Milwaukee meetup.
Have her
and leave.
come, have her bring the family like a day or two early. They
Uh-huh.
can relax, settle in, enjoy a little bit of Milwaukee before the festivities begin. In the evening, maybe she can cut up, something and sew it
Yeah.
together for a little Jack.
I'm sure that's exactly what she wants to do, especially after just having another child and just come take care of my needs here
Hey.
in Milwaukee.
You never know unless you ask.
You're right. Can you ask for me? Could you do that one? That'd be
Sure.
great. I'd really
Yeah.
appreciate it if you could do that. No, we didn't get anything for Jack. Jack, trust me, this is the one thing. We'll find something red, white, and blue. He'll be fine. But that's what we got. That's what the Albrecht family got from today's drop. Anyone else get anything? Well, I know. So Dan, you and Ross must have gotten something.
Yeah, I went a little overboard. So I got the search party, Hubble, s'mores. Got the Bomb Pops hoodie. I'm gonna try sizing down my hoodie now, and I noticed the light colors do better with the beard
Yes.
scruff. Got the T-shirt that has the Roosevelt's logo and the stars on it.
Yep.
5-panel hat. That's the
one that Pete's been torturing
Dream
with
Team?
us.
correct, the Dream Team one.
Yeah.
And then because a buddy of mine over, two squares over reminded me that I had a 20% off from going to the con and tapping my badge. I like their plain white crews. So I got some of those. I got the blimp t-shirt from the TMT drop.
It's a good one.
Oh wow.
Dan went
that's-
hard.
Well,
Now,
and technically the Sharks sick. Oh, you got a 20%. You gotta
All right, so Dan,
blow it up.
Dan, what was that Roosevelt's logo shirt with the stars and stripes? The pre-order?
Wait a minute. Is it a pre-order? Because it's in my cart right
Two
now.
T-shirts are pre-orders, and your entire shipment will be delayed 1 to 2 weeks because of it.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
that's coming out of the
Didn't
cart.
notice. Don't care.
Sorry, gentlemen.
Ooh. Well, 20% off though. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that.
I can't wait. Is the Legends Never Die T-shirt also a pre-order?
Yes. Only one of the shirts was actual stock. Martin's face says it all.
And you didn't even order anything.
It's literally like I was adding to cart.
Well, good thing we did this live.
All
Yeah.
those
I
T-shirts are
wrote it
sitting
and
in
we
my
did it
cart.
live.
So
Ross, what did you get today, bud? Since you hadn't gotten anything from previous drops.
Right.
at all.
I got the Hubble. I pretty sure I don't have it. I was like, I thought I had like all the space ones. I'm pretty sure I don't have.
how
the
is
Hubble.
that a space one? That's
It's
an
not
American
a
flag.
This one.
It says Hubble on it. Hubble.
Yeah,
Hubble.
the American flag.
Yeah, I understand that.
Did Hubble make the flag?
Oh,
We're not
yeah.
asking questions as to naming.
Right.
We just
So
know that it is Americana.
Because you're saying
I-
like the Hubble telescope? Is that
That's
is
what
that
he
where
was
your
going
brain's
with.
going?
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know why we call it Hubble.
Did you only buy it because you thought it was space related?
No, I didn't.
Yes,
Okay.
he did.
The only reason why I know it's Hubble is because I'm looking at it right now.
What does the description say?
I don't know, but I'm looking.
Hold on. I've got it up. Putting on this especially American shirt allows you to tell people that you were an observational cosmologist like Edwin Hubble. No one will know anything about that subject matter, so they can't question it. The rest is up to you.
Space.
So it's a Hubble telescope reference,
Yeah,
but the American who designed the Hubble telescope.
the Hubble telescope looks at stars.
That's a stretch, bud.
No.
Listen, I don't really care. I have the
No,
OG
it's a
Hubble.
look
I
at.
got Hubble. I don't care. That's
It's
I'm just
clearly
saying-
a pattern.
I'm just saying,
Ross is right.
I mean,
no.
It's what the
Edwin
telescope
Hubble was
sees
the
when it
American
sees that.
astronomer.
No.
I I for some reason, I don't know why, I'm trying to look up the. I don't know if I can find the original picture. I swear the one that Pete was wearing of the search party looked like it was slightly different colors, but
Yes.
that's me being conspiracy theorist. But I already have the Lincoln shirt, which is the original search party, so it wasn't too much more different. I don't know what the wording is for that.
It wasn't different enough for you to
We
buy
nailed
it.
it, bud.
Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't
There you go.
different enough.
Ross.
It
Yeah.
specifically calls out patriotic colorway of the cryptozoological Roosevelt's classic.
Yep.
Bro,
Ross.
this thing is got red in it. It's very patriotic.
But there's no
Burnt
blue in
orange
it.
and yellow.
That's fine. It
And
has
there's
red.
definitely no blue.
That's
There's
fine.
blue
You
in
heard. You heard.
What is
That's
this
why you got Hubble. That's why you got.
I
Hubble
can't
space.
tell. I can't tell, Ross. Your freaking camera's all messed up. Your shirt looks
Oh,
green
yeah.
right now.
That's true.
All right.
And so then on top of that, when you thought, okay, well, they got enough of our money this week, fair. Then they announced as well that in honor of Steve, like they're just gonna pretty much shut things down tomorrow, and just have an HQ kind of meet up and reminisce about Steve and tell stories, etc. So then they put out the preview for Thursday today, which usually doesn't happen. And so now we know that there's the Americana drop, which was also right up Steve's alley, which is going to be new designs that's coming out on Thursday.
Yeah.
Including a floral polo
Let's
for Josh.
Talk about this drop.
Mhm.
So
Josh is going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, Josh is screwed.
so
And
Josh
it's not
is
even
so
Disney.
screwed.
you see,
Exactly.
The Roper.
the thing
The
is,
roper. Oh, the roper.
the thing is that the floral is the floral design of the polo is that a different floral design than what we've seen on Conforals? Is it just like really similar?
No, it's different.
Yeah.
It is different.
I'm
It is
looking at it.
different,
It's
yeah.
very different.
Okay, so
Are you trying to convince yourself? Or
you bet your fat ass I am. I am trying very hard to convince myself that it's not a need. Because look, the polos, I've made it very well known. They're not my favorite. They don't,
You can buy it for me, and I'll wear it for you.
which is very enticing. So yeah, if that pattern was on a Kunu, look out. I'm definitely in trouble. But I might be able to avoid that as a polo. Maybe.
because it's a polo.
I don't know. You wanted the San Diego
Because-
polo.
But that was
They
a con.
did.
But it's a
They
con
did.
floral. And
But it's a
that was
floral.
also Brewer's colors. I had no choice.
So here's the thing. Are you going to lawyer us and all of a sudden say your floral addiction is con floral only?
Yes, he is.
Well, I don't have every single floral they've ever made. I don't have like when they do the spring
But
drop,
let's just
There's
go
like
back to the
7
when
different
Jacksonville had a floral.
it was but it was the con floral pattern. It was the same exact pattern. It was just a colorway.
Yeah.
Same thing with like why the spooky floral.
So really, he's saying it's not necessarily cons he's collecting; it's events he's collecting.
So they're con florals. I mean, that's
Or-
how you label the calendar of Albrecht
Correct.
with
It's
your
the con-
photo
it's
every
the
year.
con floral.
It's
Yep.
the con florals.
Yep.
But he
So-
can't say Jacksonville was
The
a con.
floral city.
So I'm
Design.
hoping
Floral
that
City, there
I
you go.
can avoid the polo. So we'll see.
You
But
won't.
also then
You
yeah,
won't.
I'm totally fucked. And then there was the other shirt that the
The roper?
female lovely person was wearing.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
a
was that a design? Was that a colorway? That looked familiar, like almost like a LaCroix looking type.
No, that's not LaCroix.
You know what? It reminds me of that the teal spring shirt, kind of. A little bit.
Oh,
That might be a colorway.
Yeah, it looked like a colorway. I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but it looked
It's
like
a
that.
good looking shirt, regardless.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It
I
is a good
currently
looking
have,
shirt.
like a favorite, July 4th shirt, which is the London floral from last year, which I'll be wearing.
Irony.
Yeah, next floral. Yeah, right. But this one might be my new favorite once it comes in.
Wow, you haven't even ordered it yet, and
No,
you already
yeah.
know.
Yes. It
Wow.
looks that good in the marketing.
Wow.
You know what
I
else
was
is good?
impressed.
A White Claw.
Well said, Ross, and for only Ross. Brilliant. So anyway,
What's your
very
affiliate
excited.
link?
Very excited about that drop coming out on Thursday. Now that's enough. All right, Roosevelt.
No,
you
that's
can
not
go.
enough.
No,
You
no.
can go. You can stop.
No.
You can. What's that? There's more. Then they release the field notes for Philly. Now,
Yep.
let's talk about Philly. So, there are two cities that seem to mean a lot to one DTH from HQ, and those two cities seem to be Orlando and Philadelphia. And it would appear that DTH is back and looking to create that FOMO that only DTH can. As the field notes came out, that there's going to be a mystery tux. Does it specify?
It just says mystery
word
meetup
suck.
exclusive.
Exclusive. But in the
And
image is a
it's-
silhouette of a shirt and shorts.
Are they matching? Who knows?
Oh, how great would it be if there was
What if
glass
they're
rolling?
glass rolling? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be something. So this is gonna be insane. Ross and I both not currently on the docket to be able to make it to Philly.
I don't know. Ross was already checking Spirit.
Ross is
numbers,
looking at
so-
Spirit flights.
Yeah, well, and I'm gonna be his carry-on. So we're gonna find out how to get that done.
Spirit out of Indy or Chicago does not have a direct flight. So that is a big nah.
Big
American
no.
does though.
Yeah, American does.
should.
But,
What's that flight?
ORD to PHL. Both hubs.
Ford?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that again.
No,
So-
bad idea.
Anyway, on top of that, you take that out of there. I still think that the three shirts that they have for the PhillyCon are great, especially the floral. I have been waiting years for them to do a green and white floral. I've just
For
been
the
like,
third year?
this is the third year, and they have not. It's been like they've done 17 different blue and orange to match with the city and the
Wait.
different
No,
names.
two
What was
years
Philly
ago. 2 years ago was the Philly.
Yes,
Phillies. It was the Phillies. The old blue.
yes.
Last
Correct.
year
That wasn't green. Last year was
green.
Eagles.
Last
And
yes,
this year-
but it was like teal and
No.
silver. It was there. Yes.
No, it is
that was green.
dark green. Trust me, I got
It's
it,
green.
and I'm wearing it
Oh,
on Friday.
You don't think I have it? You don't think you don't? No. Listen, I've looked at it. It doesn't qualify. It doesn't match. I thought that maybe if they did a Boston Con, that if they did Celtics, that might be the only way I might be able to get a green and white. I did not see them doing throwback Philly colors, which is what this green and white is, and then they have the
The little
Liberty Bell in
Liberty
there.
Bell on there.
yeah, it looks sick. Looks like a great
The Liberty Bell looks good.
Great
I just
shirt.
can't promote Philadelphia sports. So
yeah.
Same here.
I mean, I'm also not a fan, but I love the floral. The floral looks
It-
great.
Don't tell me how to fan.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh,
you can always count on Ross Searlock for a dynamite.
so Josh, are you just gonna go in with a yellow highlighter and try and make
color all the white.
Color
on the
all the
floral.
white.
color the
Yeah.
white yellow and call
Yeah.
it your
You know what, I
cheesehead
might.
floral.
I might.
Philly
funny?
cheesehead floral.
You know what's really funny too is that DTH is a huge Packers fan.
I know.
Like the reason why he's like a big Philly fan is because like that's where his wife's from, and
Yeah.
so like he's got family there.
Right.
So he doesn't mind Philly, but like he's a Packers fan at heart. Anyway, and then they also had a Moana shirt that looked great. That
Oh yeah. Gave me
that-
big tapestry vibes.
very excited to see how
If
that
you
one
look
looks
at that
first.
design too, it looks like it's a faux bamboo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they pumping out some good stuff
Some
now.
bangers.
They are ready to take your money. And
What about the Lilo and Stitch colorway?
The pizza
Yeah.
box.
Pink.
that was
Is
that was
that a
the only one
colorway?
that I was like, I think I could pass. I can pass on that.
Pizza
So I
box.
went
yeah.
back and looked at it from the drop a couple weeks ago, and the drop had more of a blue, green, yellow vibe
Mhm.
to it. So I'm curious to see, because when they did the heart shirt with the red, black, and white, it didn't translate into the picture online because of the sizing. It ended up doing one of these like my eyes hurt looking at it patterns. But it looks incredible in person, and I think this one's gonna look really good in person.
Well, we are gonna have to see through you guys. The
We'll
three
go
of you that are
live
gonna be
Saturday
there
from Philadelphia.
and show them off and let us know what they look like. All right. Usually we would now do an Ask the Degens question. We are going to forego that segment for the first time since I'm going to say started season 2. And
February.
and we're gonna do something a little different because the co-founder John T put out a little message on Insiders on the Facebook group, the call group, kind of just asking for a lot of insiders to share their memories of, just other legendary people in the group and moments and things of that nature. And instead of we could write out 1,000 messages, and I thought instead, let's just share some moments that we've experienced that were legendary moments. I have a few to get us started. I'm going to start with just so you guys kind of get a feel for this. What I call Ross's tackle box. Okay. So
I already know where this is going.
at the first Milwaukee meetup, which of course the second one,
God.
June 26th through the 29th, by the way, if you didn't know. This is the last. This is Saturday. All right. So everyone they got flights the next day. Everyone has been partying so hard.
Yeah.
We were all just in the sun. It was hot on that
was a long day.
Saturday. And we were drinking, we were partying, we were having a good time. We get back to the hotel and we're all a few of us are just hanging out in the lobby. There's probably 8 or 10 of us at a table in the lobby. And Ross and Lena come down with this picnic basket looking thing. And they set it down. And Ross starts opening up all these little compartments out of this thing like a tackle box and pulls out all these different bottles of booze and the little shooters and shot glasses and even bigger bottles. And they just kept coming. And he looks at us like, you guys ready? You guys ready to go? And he's doing this to a table of zombies. We are completely dead.
Yeah.
And there it is. There is the tackle box that they brought out at
there it is.
Saturday night at 9:30.
I think it was later than 9:30 because I walked in and I'm like, I need to go to bed. I need to be up at 4 a.m. for a flight. And Ross is like, but we're just getting started.
I also had the candy cane.
Yep.
Full
Candy cane
fireball.
It was
Yep.
wild.
I think the funniest thing about that was we were in the lobby. I could throw an empty can at the front
desk.
And
They didn't care.
I pulled out a full service bar out on this table and just was like, well, we're gonna push the limits tonight.
Yep, and you did. And that's exactly what you did. Another great moment was our friend Nick Jacoby at Mosh Isley
Oh no.
this last year.
No.
Yes. Nick Jacoby,
No.
who we call Nick, was they started bringing people on stage. I got on stage a bunch. I got Dan on stage. They brought us around safely, right around the side.
Yeah.
For some reason, we were like, just throw Nick up there. And we throw him on stage, and Nick's like, yeah! And we're all like, yeah! And then I had the brilliant idea, stage dive. And he was like, great idea. And I was like, what does he got to be? Like 100 pounds? We can absolutely catch him. And he jumps, and we caught him. And I was like, see, no problem. Now, the thing is when someone staged, I said, you pass them back into the back of the crowd, and then, they land on their feet, and then that's how that works. Well, when we passed them back just behind us, the next people were like, oh, hell no. And they just dropped it. They just dropped Nick on the ground. No. And so it was, oh, no. And then Nick just pops up out of nowhere. Like, he just pops up, and it's, and I remember looking at John T's face of him just being like, lawsuit. And Nick was like, I'm good. And I was like, that a boy.
And then he did it again.
Hell of a moment. But, so those were a lot of fun ones. There was a lot of other stuff. Martin, you and I, when we met at the Jacksonville meetup, had no idea who he was. We were on Aaron Williams in Aaron Williams' house. He had a few air mattresses laid out for his friends, people he already knew.
Yeah, and then a big L couch.
And then a big L couch for the two buttheads that he'd never met before that went, I'll come to your meetup, but I don't have a place to stay, so can I just crash your place? And so I meet this guy, and I'm just like, so are we sleeping head to head or foot to foot? and Martin was like, foot to foot, man. And I was like, okay. Sure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the next thing you know, then we're hanging out the whole weekend. And then through him, meet you guys. And
did you get his number that night?
I don't think so. I think
no, I think it was 2 days later or something.
Yeah. He was.
I don't know if we were coming back from the beach, but then I had transitioned to the hotel at that point, and I had an extra bed. And you're like, boy, man, that bed looks kind of nice. What are you gonna do with that extra? And I'm like, I didn't think of inviting you.
No, you didn't. Yeah. You didn't. We shared a couch together.
He could have been an axe murderer, Martin. You don't know.
Yeah, I know,
we just slept on the same couch together. If I was going to murder you, I would have done it then.
What is the protocol for that, clothes wise? Is there a protocol?
I don't know, but it was also very warm. And so,
so we just slept naked that night.
Yeah.
You had the covers. So
it was, we laid our clothes down on the couch, but then we slept naked on top of them. So, but it was feet to feet, so it was fine.
Breakfast would have been awkward the next morning.
Rick and Dilly were like, they were cool with it, so it all worked.
One of my favorite ones was May the 4th last year, the legendary moment when Ross didn't get the memo. If you guys had never heard this story, Martin went all out that first year. He sent everyone lounge flies, stormtrooper lounge flies with the piece of paper. Well, at least I got a piece of paper saying what to wear, the whole.
You weren't even supposed to be there.
I wasn't even supposed to go.
No,
right.
But this stemmed from MegaCon when I had gotten a few of us backpacks and we did the
turtles.
You did the turtles for the
Correct.
And then I'm like, I want to recreate this for May the 4th. So I sent out Stormtrooper backpacks and you couldn't go. You had some other commitment. And I wrote in it, please wear this proudly, and share.
Try and include me because he knows that I have crippling FOMO. Yeah. Right. And then, Julie happened to be looking at flights. She was like, oh, geez, Spirit, we could go for free. And I was like, we're going.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going. And we get there and I'm so excited to be a part of it, everything. I had my little note that told me exactly what to wear, wear your Technicolor Stormtrooper tux. Yeah. You got it. I got it. Not a problem.
Tux on it.
And then I get there and Ross is really unhappy. He is mad. And I'm like, why is Ross so mad? Also, why isn't Ross wearing the tux? And then it turns out it's because apparently Martin just didn't tell him. Martin just, according to Ross, legend has it that Martin just left that detail out. And just as we're all standing there, Ross is like, I could have gone on BST. I could have gotten in time.
We had only said it
got
like
it for
10
me.
times.
He's so mad. And then to make things worse, we took a photo of all of us together with Kevin Wilcox.
Yes.
Who had it on.
The origin story of the not Ross.
And then you can see behind us is Ross, just like
on my phone, just like
I hate these guys. He's like, there's no way I'm ever gonna be friends with these people.
Here we are a year later.
And here we are.
Fast forward a year when we're back for May the 4th.
Yes.
And Ross at this point has now gotten his Technicolor Trooper tux.
Yes, he has. Yep. He has the ability to redo this moment. His web redemption.
Yes. Does he get it?
No,
he doesn't. And why doesn't he get it?
I brought it.
You wore the new floral tux.
I brought it.
You didn't
most
bring the
of the day.
You didn't have the backpack. You were like,
it's in Florida. It lives in Florida. It's in the storage unit.
I was the one that couldn't bring it because I traveled in a backpack.
But you still said like it's in a locker, like or it's in the storage locker. Like I don't have it. I'm not going to go get it.
Storage unit.
What good is it doing there?
Because it does me no good here. I'm not going downtown in my local.
No, but you also didn't bring it to May the 4th. You didn't bring it to the event. Anyway, that was an awesome moment. I absolutely love that.
You know what I did bring to the event? I brought an umbrella and White Claw.
White Claw.
White Claw. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any moments?
I do. It's not so much funny. It's more endearing, because I obviously like to get into these,
Don't make me cry, Martin.
Stories,
What are you
right?
doing?
I'm already
I'm
already crying.
So, thank you, Ross. I appreciate that.
No, he's just still mad about the
It's one of those things that it's like, it's not, it's a legendary moment because of the people that were in it, right? It's not so much like it wasn't a funny moment or anything like that. But I remember taking my mom to New York, this past, just after Thanksgiving last year, her very first trip. We did all sorts of stuff around the city. And to this day, one of her favorite parts of the trip was meeting up with other insiders, like people she'd never met before, but she just had such a good time, with those folks. And she still asks about them to this day.
Which was none of us.
Yeah.
Which was a moment that all of us will remember.
It was the Parisi's, Carlo, and Yaya.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good crew.
Great point. Great point, Ross.
Yeah.
My favorite story to do with your mom is when it was after an episode and you had been filming the episode from your parents' house because you were home, and you bring your mom into the shot and Dan goes, "Hi, Mama Martin."
I was like, pull out the
that's
photos.
not the right word. And now it's a thing. Now that's her name. Like now she is Mama Martin. Not Mama Shireen. No, Mama Martin.
Martin.
That was great.
Mean, kind of wild. But this past trip, obviously we were down for May the 4th, but my parents were finishing up their 40th wedding anniversary on the Disney cruise, and they showed up to Epcot on Monday late morning, early afternoon. Now we're in Epcot already, and Ross and Lane are there. Rich Rittenhauer's there, Adrian's there, Martin's there, Steve Glass is there, and I'm like, oh, hold on, my parents are somewhere. They're in the same building that we were at the time. Yeah. I go find my dad, I go find my mom, get everybody seated. I'm like, all right, guys, come on, you're gonna come meet the fam real quick. And my mom was just like, this is who you hang out with? And I was like, this is exactly who I hang out with when I come down to Disney and travel with. And she was just kind of floored, and my dad was just kind of shocked after that trip. Because he's like, you've always been the quiet person. You've been really reserved. He's like, it's weird seeing this side of you, but it's awesome that you found your people. Mm-hmm. And like more than anything, it really is nice to like have that core group that you can sit and pretty much do anything with, travel anywhere, do anything with. And then by even further example is the people that you meet while you're as a group, and then just spreading that happiness and that joy to everybody else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I've said and everyone's a legend in their own way. No matter what you do on a daily basis, you forge your own path, you do your own things. But you can change anybody's day in 2 minutes, man. You really can.
Yeah.
Very true. Ross, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I had a very selfish thing to say. So that doesn't involve any of you. Actually,
Perfectly fine.
Some of you were there. But yeah, so
they rode Everest 9 times on that Monday night.
No, one of the cooler moments was when Lana did give me this 1 of 1 Roosevelt's necklace on the way to Hoboken, and then I got to shove it in all your faces that I have a 1 of 1.
Right? Yes. No, I remember that.
That's
I
great,
was in
bud.
the car with you when she gave it to you.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you
some.
some funny backstory. So, Lana was supposed to give that to me on the plane, but there are some bougie people in this group that just gets upgraded for no reason. I'm not going to name names, but and then some people decide to show up to the plane late.
What?
Oh.
But yeah, so that changed to the Uber ride to there. But yeah, I don't know. So I had some good times. It was good stuff.
Technically, I was on time for the flight.
You know what? I remember the first time I met Ross.
Oh, I don't.
Oh,
I do.
Yes.
Because I had just met up with Martin for like maybe the second time that same day. And then we went and met up. I met Josh for the first time in person.
Yes.
And then Josh is like, I need to go to Fantasmic with the family. I need to go watch Fantasmic. And Martin and I are like, we're not going to go watch Fantasmic. I turned to Martin and I go, Ross and Lane are in Epcot right now at the Rose and Crown.
Yeah.
Off to Rose and Crown from Hollywood. And I met the stranger from the internet for the first time. And we started drinking around Epcot, and it was a great time.
Yeah, and that's funny because Ross didn't know Josh yet, but I knew Josh and I knew Ross. Right. And then we started all planning for like MegaCon, like a month and a half later. And
that's when I met Dan for the first time.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's when I met Ross too.
Was it the night we met, like the first night of the fireworks, like the new Luminous or whatever?
I think it was.
It could have been, yeah.
Or that very first
because
week.
Then we tried to rush to Disney Springs before
we went to the Polite Pig. No.
Yeah, Polite Pig. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I took a drunk bus back to All Star Sports.
Oh. I remember that.
Those are the best.
Because I want to see
that photo right
look
there.
At that. Look at this.
How
you
convenient.
have that ready to go. Wow, like he
it's
planned
my favorites.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say
it was a good time.
Yeah.
I've never gotten drunk in Epcot. I've never done that. Definitely didn't do that.
Sunglasses, Josh.
Yeah, where your sunglasses,
that's right, Dan.
Bud?
I just knew I could count on Dan to set up the story. One of my favorite and then not so favorite moments was definitely the Epcot unplanned drinking around the world in 2024 for MegaCon. Steve, of course, there. Steve laid out this amazing plan of we tried to have people all meet up together in Epcot to drink around the world. He did it, right? Like, I don't know how, what was different,
it's
but
Steve.
I don't know. Like, it just, everyone was there. It was amazing. We had Yellow Card there. Which was another thing. I took the picture of Dan. And Dan's like, "Can you send me the photo?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, not a problem."
How many months later?
Hour later. How about now? 2 days later, a week later. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry about it. Alexa Bliss, WWE superstar, was there with her family. That was insane. And the thing is, at the time, I was doing this thing where you try to eat a lot better and you don't drink.
Oh man,
then I told the course, whatever thing I was doing, hey, but I'm taking this trip to Orlando, and I'm going to be
Wild
drinking.
photo.
That's right. And
Oh,
so my
yeah.
tolerance was
Low.
Non-existent.
nothing. And I told myself, I'm a big guy. I'm from Milwaukee. I'm going to be fine. And I was
Hammered.
I was hammered. I was having a great time,
Yeah.
though. I was having the time of my life. I remember I met Indiana Jones.
Alex Arnold.
Alex. And I didn't even realize. I just remembered meeting him and then going through the photos the next day. And I was like, I really was excited to meet him. Like in the photo, I am just like, oh my God. And then we're almost done with all the countries. We get to Rosencrown where, Ross has been for like 4 hours. And right before we go in, they have a photo pass in Alice's little garden.
Oh my God.
With one of the lanterns from Tangled. Josh, inebriated, says, Dan, come here. We got to do this. You and I, we're going to look so cute. We're going to do this. And Dan goes, okay. And we go, and we have adorable photos taken of us holding the lantern. Then Josh says, wait.
We got
to do one where we're Albrechting. and I switch out my like $300 prescription sunglasses from my regular glasses to do this. Dan, again, okay. And then I'm like, thank you so much. And then I switch them back. Go in Rose and Crown. As soon as we get in there, we must not have been in there for more than 30 seconds. I go, where are my sunglasses? Everyone else is like, I don't know, man. You've been hammered for 2 hours. Like, we don't know how you're standing. And I'm like, they got to still be over there. I run over there. They had just switched out the photo pass people. They're like, she probably took them. They're sunglasses. You know how many sunglasses are lost in Disney World every day? Like 3 billion. And so they were gone. And I freaked out about it for like the next year.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah, you did.
Like year. But that was still such an awesome time of just drinking around the world and just the amount of people that were there and everything.
That was just insane.
That was a great time.
So jumping in off that, I just want to be like the amount of people who have never met me and we become like best of friends after the first night. And I know I don't look like it in this community, but I'm an extremely shy guy. And honestly, if it wasn't for, Martin introduced me to open the door, it would have been interesting. But that same night at Epcot, this guy, Nate, ended up meeting him. And he's like, oh, come on, like hang out. And a small group of us just kind of like go. And he's showing us all sorts of cool stuff. We're taking all sorts of pictures. Little did I know until I was going through pictures with my coworkers and somebody's like, that's paging Mr. Morrow. You know him? And I was like, oh, that guy's Nate. I had no idea who he was, but he was just the most genuine person that just pulled me out of my shell. In Hoboken at a karaoke place, Mr. Brightside himself jumps up on a table, starts singing Mr. Brightside, Harold, and just the whole vibe of that place going off. And then he convinces me, somebody who is terrified to sing in public, to go up to karaoke. And then that's when Bowling had also requested a Sublime. And next thing you know, we're like karaoke besties, which carries off into a Jacksonville ordeal with karaoke. And San Diego, Chandler, meet up with him finally for like the first time, and we're immediately family, 30 minutes into it, and sharing pastries and the inside jokes that go along with that in the donut shop and subgroup and
not pastries, pastries.
Yes, pastries.
Got it.
And to think back, kind of, and Martin will know this. I don't think the other guys have really met Juice Force Josh.
I haven't.
No.
Between my wife trying to be funny and buy me the shirt that I'm wearing, Juice Force Josh calling me an effing idiot, are the two dominoes that like just opened up this whole community. And then what's funny is that's how I met Martin. Martin eventually pulled me into the community, even though I'd been buying stuff forever. Juice Force finally comes along, goes to San Diego. He was one of the first crowd surfers and almost crushed John T, which was a great night. And these memories, and like, I can just go down a list of, John Madigan at Mosh in Orlando, and the free drinks, because apparently like I bought one person a drink and then everybody thought I bought everybody around, so people were just buying me drinks all night. To the point that I was already well beyond like where I was comfortable drinking. So John Madigan, I'm like handing him everything, and then fast forward and the inside joke with all the bubbles, okay? And his mom sliding into my DMs when his phone died.
Yes.
And so I mean, it's just so many memories. And even my wife, just this community, she has seen such a transformation in me and such a positive change, that every single one of you guys in the Forest and the Ashleys and Carlos and the Ricky and everybody who has come along in the last couple of years, I wouldn't change a damn thing for any of it. And just go to the meetup, make the memory, buy the ticket, go to the concert, whatever. I just can't say that enough, because it's just one thing, one day, one time, and you can change somebody's life.
You can change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be, and well said, Dan. It doesn't even have to be you focusing on someone else. It's just take that chance. I had never gone on a vacation by myself. I'd never flown on a plane for fun by myself before I went to Jacksonville in 2023. And Aaron Williams said, dude, you need to just come meet some other people.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the only people I'd met was Jason Hepler and Steve Glass. And that was like from the hour I spent at C2E2 and seeing them. And everything changed. Everything changed for me in that moment. And now, I've seen, and I think we've all done it. I think that Martin probably more than most, although Will has been kind of taking over that title, but of just trying to spread that wealth, of now when we see people wearing shirts, it's, hey, are you part of the group? Like, you might have just bought that shirt because you think it looks cool, but there's a whole group of us that, are way more than just people that are wearing the shirts. It's really just it's family.
It is.
And
it's
it's awesome. And I think that it's really a testament to what Steve and John built. And I don't know, honestly, if I'm sure they had no idea, right? How could they have imagined that it was going to become this? I don't know that they really even planned on there being a true community. But man, am I glad they did it. None of this exists without them and without this idea. And that's just awesome. We get to do this. I get to talk to you boys every week. We have people that watch this for some dumb reason every week.
for some reason.
We have people that we get to make new friends and hang out with old ones, whether it be in Disney or somewhere else. And or maybe even at the Milwaukee meetup, June 26th through 29th. There's just always something going on and an opportunity. And it all stemmed from one idea. And if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what could, because it truly is legendary. So with that, I'm going to say, yes, there you go. cheers, boys. I appreciate you. I love you guys.
Love you too.
I cannot wait to make more memories, which we will do in the future, and they'll be coming up soon.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, please like and subscribe. Yes, thank you, Ross. I cannot wait to hear about Philly for the boys that are going. Have a blast, and then when we check in next week, it'll be planning for London. So,
wow, for all of you,
for most of us. Hey, tell me how much fun you have in Philly, bud. The FOMO lives.
It always lives.
Yeah.
Cheers. Love you, boys.
Cheers.
Thank
guys.
you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure to tune in next time. Why, Ross?
Because we're not done yet.
There you go.
I have to poop.